Hi, Megan.
Hey, Devon.
Hello to our listeners. Welcome to Hockey Style. We're so glad you're back with us today. How have
Yeah,
you been, Megan?
pretty good. Pretty good. Just watching amazing playoff hockey. Can't
Yes,
believe we're already to, Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. It's crazy.
4 teams, baby. Oh, my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
And can I just brag for one moment? I just checked our bracket and I'm in first place.
Oh my God.
I know. I shouldn't even admit, I didn't have the Oilers advancing. I had the Kings. Other than that, my bracket's been like really solid. But
Yeah, I have no idea what mine looks like. I just know that I had Winnipeg, but at least they didn't go out in the first round. They helped
yeah,
me out
no,
a little.
you're up there too. I think it's you, me, and Antonio, if he's
As
listening.
long as we're mostly
Shout out to
mostly beating the
Antonio.
boys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are. We're definitely your boy had Colorado and mine had somebody who's not in it anymore.
Toast. It's over.
Yeah. By the way, for our listeners, our bracket is for nothing. It's for bragging
Oh yeah.
rights only, but
Oh,
we will brag.
just to make fun of each other. That's all.
Yes, that's all. We just because we love each other so much.
Hmm.
I'm very excited that our final two teams are still in it and could end up playing each other. I got
Hmm.
Dallas, you got the Canes.
Love that Carolina.
I'm excited
Keep
for a
Carolina
little.
hockey boring.
You're the one who told me about that meme, if you will. I hadn't heard
Yes.
the
Yes.
origin of the Carolina hockey is boring. It is not boring.
Yeah. I don't even know where it started. I honestly don't. It just makes me laugh because I mean
It's
I
anything but.
guess. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they're consistent and I guess maybe it's boring, but no, it's kind of funny. Like I obviously love them and enjoy it. And I don't know how you think Seth Jarvis is boring. I don't know how you think Sebastian Aho is boring. I really don't.
I know it.
Obviously I love Stutch, but I feel like everybody brings something to the table on that team. So I
Yeah.
don't know how you find it boring, but whatever. Yeah.
If
It's
being
funny.
consistently good is boring, can
Mm-hmm.
the Red Wings be boring,
Yeah,
please?
that'd be great. Sign me up for boring. Put me
Yeah,
down.
we'll
Put
take
me
it all
down for
day long.
that. Yes.
Are we gonna have a cup party for the finals?
I mean, I
We
don't
need
know
to
why
plan
we
something.
wouldn't. We got to do something, at least one game for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and we'll share,
absolutely.
as per usual, we'll share the behind the scenes of our antics on our Instagram at
We'll
Hockey
see
Style Podcast.
how easy or how difficult it may be to come up with an outfit depending on who's in the finals.
Oh, sure. Because we have tons of Canes and Dallas
Uh-huh.
options. I have my Otter shirt I was wearing the last episode, and now a Dallas jersey. You have many Canes jerseys.
Many, yeah. I got
I
that
actually wait.
covered.
I do have a Canes jersey.
You do.
I have Lions. I have Lions Canes jersey,
There
but
you go.
can't spill on that
Serves
one.
an outing.
It does. Yeah. I'll have to like walk around with, clear drinks only. Do not give me Cabernet.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I hope it comes to that because we are not wearing Edmonton and Florida.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything Florida. I
I
couldn't
have a
even.
Bobrovsky t-shirt.
Do I have something? I don't know.
So I could wear Florida
Maybe.
if it came to that, but I'm pulling for the Canes for you, Megan.
Yay.
Yeah. So we had a night off from playoffs yesterday, and now it's like
It's
I'm
time.
just chomping at the bit. One day without
Mm-hmm.
hockey. That concerns me because what do I do all summer?
I don't have the answers.
I know. Countdown to training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Although
That's
we
about
still
it.
have some worlds to watch. It's at very weird hours. But I am excited to try to catch a little bit more. USA won yesterday. They won their last game. And there was an adorable interview of the three goaltenders. They're carrying three, which I think they usually do for Team USA. But Joey Decord and Jeremy Swayman were talking to each other in the interview. And they kind of reminded me of you and I, me being Joey, you being Jeremy. They're asking questions and Jeremy's like politely and like more reserved way like trying to answer them and Joey with all of his excitement and like he's like, yeah, you did hug Linus all the time, like, do you still do that with Corpy? Do you guys like do anything? And Jeremy's like, well, we do a tendy toast before the and he's like, yeah, because I hug people all the time and like that's my thing. It's adorable. But long story short, Joey nailed it. He said the goalie dynamic is one of the most interesting dynamics in sports because on the NHL, you have at least two goaltenders who are playing together who are both vying for the chance to play every game. Like they want to play, yet they have to be best friends. They have to support each other, or the dynamic just doesn't work. Like you want to see each other succeed, but you still want the ice time. And I was like, you're right. Like that, it's true. But it looks like Joey and Swayman and their third are really hitting it off over there in Worlds.
Sounds like fun.
Did I
Well, what
talk
are
too
we
much
doing?
about goalies already?
No comment. What are we doing for the second period?
Oh, can you even believe? Okay, have we hinted enough for our listeners?
Can
I
you
am
tell?
wearing this very cute corded shirt, crew neck. Megan's got hers on display. I've got a few back here instead of our usual jersey setup. So hopefully that was a clue. But we have invited on the one and only Amanda Adamcheck, who you may know as the founder and CEO of Kiloh Co, the women's sports apparel brand that celebrates all things Detroit in Michigan. So she has done some really cool collaborations with, of course, the Red Wings, but others. She covers baseball, basketball, football, collegiate, and is such an energetic and savvy entrepreneur. I don't know
Mhm.
how we were fortunate enough to land her as our special guest today, but without further ado, let's kick off the second period.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the second period of Hockey Style. As we just announced, we have one of the coolest guests ever joining us today. We mentioned Amanda Adamcheck is the founder and CEO of Kiloh Co is here in person. So here she is. Amanda, thank you so much for taking time away from your very busy Kiloh Co business to sit down with us today.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I'm flattered at your intro. I don't know if I'm the most exciting person to be on the podcast, but I'll take it. Well,
Well, you would have thought we were nerds today because planning
yeah.
our outfits, which
Oh, I
shirts we were
love
going to
it.
hang up between
I
us,
love
of course.
that part of it. So, you
we,
know.
we we didn't want to hang the same pieces, and I think we've bought everything that you design that's either red and
Oh,
white or Red Wings at this point.
love
Um,
it.
so yeah, we are excited nonetheless. So thanks for making
Yay.
time. So today we were hoping we don't want to take too much of your time because you are killing it as an entrepreneur, small business owner, doing amazing things. But we wanted to just kind of dig in, if you will, into how Kiloh and Co came to be, what drives you as an entrepreneurial spirit, and I thought a fun way to kick it off would be to say that we are both Capricorns.
I
I
love it.
I love
What
for
is
our
she,
listeners
January Capricorn or December?
December 28th. So
Oh, okay.
almost. I'm very on the cusp.
Yes.
Megan is our zodiac expert, though.
Oh, that's extreme.
Well, you know a lot more than I do.
Sometimes.
But I was looking through yesterday. We've been followers of Kiloh and Co since forever, but I just started following your personal Instagram page and saw that your only bio line is like you live and breathe Capricorn. That is your
Yes.
identity. And so I thought that would be fun because I also very much live and breathe Capricorn. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about what qualities and personality attributes you embrace that have helped you as a Capricorn to be so successful as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, the Capricorn's the goat. Just want to
Yes.
point that out. Intent, we're the goat, literally animal, but we're also the greatest at everything. So just kidding. That's me. That's the joking part. I'm not great at everything, but I joke. I'm very competitive, which I think
Yes.
has helped me, and my work ethic. Capricorns are known to be workhorses, or should I say working goats, but we love to work, and I that's something that I have always been like since I was younger, and it just carried me through into business. And I think that's one of the things that's helped me in my journey is just work ethic. And hard work doesn't always mean you'll be successful, but it's definitely an element that I think helps set people apart because not everybody's willing to do the hard work, and that's okay. Not everybody
Yep.
has to.
Yep. And when you started Kiloh Co, was it about 8 years ago? Is that right?
Yeah, it'll be
Like
9 in June.
9 in June. Oh my
Wow.
goodness. So close. Congratulations.
Thank
You started as you were working full time in marketing, right? So
you.
how did you make that switch? And was it just all hard work, like let's go, or did you have some background in retail? How did that come to be?
Yeah, I do have a background in retail before my corporate. I was in corporate for about 10 years in marketing and analytics. Before that, I worked at Target in retail. So that's what
Yeah.
my college and high school shtick was. But
Okay.
so I don't have like a love for retail, but it was something that I like leaned towards, loved clothes. But yeah, so I was in corporate America for 10 years, and really loved it in the beginning. I was the girl at like 6 a.m., like, let's go. And then eventually I was like, I don't really love this. And I started coming in later and was just, trying to like just get by. But because of my work ethic, I still feel like I got promoted and I was still like doing well by corporate terms, but I just was not happy. And eventually I just hit a breaking point mentally and was like, I cannot do this anymore. And so I actually just quit my job I don't recommend this, but I just like quit my job 30 days before my wedding and
Oh,
didn't have a backup. I just
Oh
knew that
my
I had
goodness.
enough. Yeah, I don't recommend it, but it worked out.
Yeah,
Um,
it worked
and
out all right.
and I had enough saved. I guess that was the other point. I didn't
Yeah.
like had enough saved to like get me by for like the next 3 months. And I knew I
Mhm.
had enough contacts in my industry that if I wanted to go back into my same industry, I could just go get another job. Or I could go back to retail. I could work at Starbucks. I could, do
Yeah.
something that would help, just get me by to the next thing. So I didn't really know. I ended up doing contract work for my old boss. So I ended up doing the exact same thing, but I was contract. So I didn't feel like I was this normal employee for the company. I was contract. I could kind of make my own schedule. Still was very unhappy doing that. Just work-life balance and honestly, just mental health reasons.
Yeah.
It was just not a good fit. And then I did Etsy on the side, nothing related to
Yeah.
sports, but all my friends back then were getting married, and I was doing all these bachelor and bachelorette like custom cups and things like that. I threw them up on Etsy. It started to make me money, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Didn't think anything of it. And then I don't want to use the word desperate, but I was like, I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore. How can I make this work? I wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily obsessed with, wedding things on Etsy, but I love the business side of it. I love the journey. And then ultimately that little Etsy side hustle just kind of grew and grew. I started my first t-shirt, and then about a year or two on Etsy, I started my actual like website and Kiloh Co kind of as what you know it today. Stopped doing the Etsy stuff and continued building Kiloh Co as a apparel brand.
Amazing. Well,
Early
I
days.
just learned you and Megan have a ton in common. She
yeah,
also used to have an Etsy store,
I
Oh, love
did.
it.
and
I
she's getting
made
married.
custom dog bows by hand. So
Oh, love that.
yeah, it was a lot of
I still
fun.
love Etsy. I think it's great for, if people love Etsy, I think it's a great avenue.
Yeah,
Love that.
Yes.
yeah, it
And
was fun.
second, she got engaged 2 Saturdays ago to my
Oh,
brother.
congrats. Oh, congrats. Is that how you
Thank
guys know each
you.
other?
No,
No,
nope,
Oh, okay.
nope. I was,
That's
we
probably a
were,
whole
she made
podcast
this
story, I'm
we,
happen.
we
assuming.
were besties, and then yeah, we all went out one day and they fell in love. That's the very short of
Oh,
it.
that
Yeah.
is so cute. I love that. Well,
Yeah,
congrats.
thank you.
Your story with Etsy though, it's a hustle. I mean, you're running your own business. So I love that you knew, like, even though that was smaller potatoes, you had the confidence. I got this. But I'm sure there were some early roadblocks. How did you find the motivation to keep going and persevere while you were sort of learning how to build a business?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not going to give up on anything. I'm just going to keep going. But also on the flip side of that, when it's not working, I'm not afraid to stop doing something or pivot. So
Yeah.
in those early years, pivoted a ton. So
Okay.
I started in 2016. I would say up until like 2022, like I would stop and start things. Again, don't recommend it because I feel like sometimes it can dilute your brand a little bit, but we kind of had to test a bunch of things and do different things to get where we're at today, which is very focused. And yeah, so we went through a lot of pivoting early on where it was just things weren't working or they did work, but now they don't work. And we would just stop and start things. I wasn't really afraid. I mean, no one cares about your business as much as you do. So that's kind of how I've always looked at it.
Yeah, that's a great point. And a fun fact for if our listeners don't know, Kilo & Co. was named for your first dog, right?
Yes, yes, she's still around too.
She
She's
is.
10. I should know that
Oh,
because she just had a birthday last month. I think she's 10. Yeah, 10 or 11. She's getting old though. You just stop counting, I guess.
yeah. Oh,
But yeah, she's still around. She's a lot grayer than she was when we
yeah.
first.
That's adorable. So that's another thing that unites us all. We are all
Yes.
dog moms.
Oh,
And
I
now,
love it.
and dog auntie for Megan.
Dogs are the best.
Yeah, for sure. So we obviously know Kilo & Co., based on the intro, covers all Michigan sports at this point. I think you've probably got
Mhm.
everything going. It's so your brand started through your love of sports.
Mhm.
And is it true you were a Tigers season ticket holder first? Is that how
Yep,
that came
yep.
up?
Not a full season. I
Okay.
didn't have every single game. I was a partial season ticket holder.
That's
But
okay.
yeah,
You still count.
me and my sister and like some of her uh partners side of the family all had tickets together back, well, I couldn't even tell you when it was, 2014, 2015. It was
Okay.
before I like, officially started the business.
Okay.
And yeah, and every time I would go into the pro shop online back then, like there was nothing. You pretty much did have to get things, locally at stores. It just online wasn't as big back then. But everything was so pink or bedazzled.
Yep.
And it was you either wear the jersey, which I do love wearing the men's stuff and love wearing the jerseys because that's just part of sports. It's fun.
Yeah.
There was nothing else that was going to take me, and I was in corporate at the time, from my 9 to 5 going to a 6 o'clock game at Comerica. Like
Hmm.
I wasn't wearing the jersey to work. I was business casual at the time. Now it's like all casual. I hear
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
most corporate offices, which is great, but I couldn't wear like this to work, right? So
Right.
what was I going to wear at the office? So I started off with a simple like black and white Detroit shirt that I kind of was just like, this is what I want. And then I created a navy shirt and then it just kind of trickled from that. But I just created something that I had always been seeking at the ballpark.
Yep.
Women's clothing luckily has like done this, which is great. There's
Hmm.
so many more online and even at the pro shops when I go, I'm like, oh, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. Like you didn't used to see that back then. It was like Alyssa Milano's collection. I don't know if you guys like
Yes.
were
Yeah.
around back then. That
Oh
was like
yeah.
the only female-esque
Yep.
collection that was like sort of kind of cute. Some of it wasn't, some of it was. It was either that or a jersey, right? And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
I just
100%.
kind of created literally something out of fun. It wasn't to make money. I mean, I guess it was on my Etsy shop, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna like set out and do this. I just
Yeah.
created something, put it online, and my friends were like, ooh, I want one, I want one. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
We do not have an apparel business, but we still love to be creative. And, we make like hair bows and we monogram things.
Yeah.
And we still have people say, hey, can I get one of those? So there's
Yes.
still, even though brands like Kilo & Co. have helped change the marketplace in such a way for women, I think there's still, the real estate footprint in most of the team stores for men versus women. I'm still like, we can do more, but we have come so far from
Mhm.
the pink it and shrink it days. I heard that once
Yes.
and I'm like,
I
yes,
love
that was
that.
it. That was
Hmm.
it. You had like all these men's sweatshirts, big hoodies, and like that's cozy and fun, but you would have, where's the women's? And it would be the little bedazzled, just like you said. And so now we
Or the
get,
baby tea, which was
yeah,
always
Hmm.
now it's like
like,
coming back. We have some of those on our website,
do
but
you?
it's like one part of our like, it's probably not even 2% of our offerings is like, those
Yeah.
little styles.
Well, they are adorable, but we being hockey girlies are colds. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
we tend
Yes.
to go for like the bigger, warmer clothes.
Yes.
That's really fun. So you obviously big Tigers fan. And
Mhm.
what is your background with hockey? Are you a big Red Wings fan? Is that your team?
Yeah, so I grew up watching the Red Wings. My stepdad played hockey his whole entire life. He still
Oh,
does. He's in his
nice.
70s. He definitely doesn't play as much anymore, but he was just like a hockey guy, right? So
Yeah.
we were the kids at the hockey rink when we were little, watching him play. And, he made us our own street hockey sticks with I like wish he still had them. I like went, they moved like twice since then, but well, I guess only once, but I went in their basement to see if they still had it. Cause our parents like keep stuff, but they didn't. I was like so mad they didn't, but he had like made us pink, like plastic, hockey I'm like, well, can't, I wasn't say hockey pucks, hockey sticks attached to his old shafts. And so it was just really, really
Oh,
fun that he like made it, he had all girls. So it was like he made
yeah.
it as girly as he could. But we were like out there playing street hockey, like I don't think kids do nowadays. But that's what we were doing when we were younger, is playing street hockey. I've always had a love for sports. I was never like the girl that was like on varsity going to college to play sports,
Yeah.
but I've always just had a natural competitive spirit. And I love like throwing ball. I love all of that. And then just grew up watching hockey. That was like my earliest memories are watching the Red Wings with my family, going to games. I was around during the whole, late 90s, early 2000s
Ooh.
era. So we were part of all of that. I would say I was the biggest fan back then than I am now, to be honest with you, just with life taking over.
Yes.
And, I just don't have as much time to dedicate to sports watching.
I can imagine.
But yeah, that was my team growing up. And so I feel like it's my like nostalgic Detroit sports team is always going to
Oh,
be the
love
Red
that.
Wings, just
Yeah.
because of, all those memories made back then. And hopefully, we make a run here in the next few years again to like get that energy back, which we've seen, I know, a lot of in the last year. It's been like ups and downs. So, but it's fun to see that spark when you are there. And it's like, you feel like, well, okay, it feels a little bit like that, the old days. So
It
yeah.
does. It does. I mean, you nailed it. Growing up in the 90s in Detroit was, I mean, it's like part of your DNA to be a hockey fan at
Mhm.
that point, because
Yeah.
like, why would you not? We had the Russian Five. We had, it was just
Yeah.
incredible. Megan came to us from upstate New York and
Mhm.
became a super fan. And so now, Megan,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're getting that energy again from some of these rookies coming up?
Well, I mean, not having experienced it myself, my closest reference point is like our last playoff runs. So I think I came in 2011. So I don't think we're quite back to that yet, but I think we're
Mhm.
getting there. I think once we get that playoff game, we get the playoff win, then I think it's
Mhm.
really going to be
Yeah.
back. Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
We've got so many fun, like 22 to no, like 20 to 24-year-olds though on the team, that if we can keep them going for the next decade and get this line of just these
Yeah.
superstars who grew up with the Red Wings, I think, well, the people who like are growing up now, that'll be their, I see them
Mhm.
look at Lucas Raymond, the little kids, the way that I looked at Steve Yzerman. And it's just
Mhm.
fun to see. So, but you nailed it. The nostalgia of that era. I get a little bit of that excitement now when I'm back in LCA again. So speaking of excitement around the Red Wings, next year you probably know is our centennial, 100 years of the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Are you able to say, like, will we see anything special from Kiloh and Co?
I cannot. I hope so. We'll see. I
I
know
hope so.
they were talking about how much exciting thing. I mean, I don't know specifically what's happening either, but they said they're doing a ton of stuff next
Yeah.
season. So I can
Mhm.
only imagine what they've got planned and all the fun things. I know it'll probably be epic. So hopefully
Yeah.
Keelan Co is part of that. We will see. I'm right
I
there with
can
you. I hope so.
I can only imagine how epic your designs will be when you can do a little centennial something with
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would
So
love
we'll see.
that.
Either way, we all need to get together and celebrate. So your
Yes.
pop-ups have become like parties, like events to not miss when you've come to LCA. You've done two of them, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I don't know if other arenas do this. If you're not familiar, if you're not from Detroit, we have been so lucky to have the brand come in and pop up in the arena and make a whole shopping experience. And I don't even think I could give a good description to do it justice because it's so much fun. And I
Mhm.
just love like the energy it brings to the arena. And I hate to be like a girl power thing, but it's so much fun to see
It
all the
is.
women there shopping. It makes me so happy. The pop ups are incredible.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't hate it to be a girl power thing, even though, like, you know, I wish the term girl boss would die. We're just bosses, people. We're just badass bosses. But when you see people like you who are just as excited to be at the game, but also equally as excited to get the cutest Kilo and Co merch that we've been scoping out on socials, there's like this instant bond. And I would love, Amanda, is it your brainchild to do things like the giant bubblegum machine that dispenses the friendship bracelets and the selfie area? Like the
Yeah.
activation's beautiful.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, I take inspiration obviously from everywhere, but I'm like a carny at heart. Like I love carnivals and I love games like that. So when I can do anything like a capsule machine, which is basically like a big gumball machine, things like that, I love. I'm like, I want to get like a vending machine. That's like my next thing. They're just like so heavy.
That would be
Things
so
like that. I
fun.
love
Yeah.
doing elements like that and just making an experience for people. I like to explain it. I hate explaining it this way. You guys probably get this as well, but it's like taking like the Taylor Swift concert Eras Tour energy with sports. That's kind of like how I want the event to be. I want
Yep.
people excited
Yep.
about it. I want it to be for the girls, but I don't
Yes.
want to necessarily, it's like, how do you make it, it's for the girls, but I don't want to fall into the whole trap where we feel like we were at 20 years ago where it's all just like pink and glitter, right? So it's
Yes.
like,
Mhm.
how do we make it our own and still feminine, but it's still just about sports? Like it doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
just be labeled, you know, for
Yeah.
women. That's why it's like almost like we usually do pop up for a women's night, which I'm so grateful for. But it's also like, well, every night's like women's. I mean, there's women there every night. So it's like
Yes.
women's nights
Yes.
every night, you know? It's just,
Yep.
I feel like it's just a way to celebrate the history of the women's night, which is very special, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
To be there on those days where, you know, you have people like Daniela Bruce and other people that
Mm-hmm.
are paving the way for women in sports. And that's a really cool thing to be a part of because I'm just like a fashion element of it. And I know
Yes.
that's important, but I feel like the other stuff's like the cooler stuff. You know, it's like that's the stuff we
Mm-hmm.
should be focusing on. Of course, if you
Mm-hmm.
look good, feel good, play good. But I feel like it's really just like that extension to like women in sports doing their thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I just love to support them. So
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's a
very well
great
love
event
said.
to be a part of.
the advertising too for the tickets for the game always includes all like the ladies of the Red Wings and them modeling the clothes. I love that part of it too. It's such a nice
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah. Wasn't it? It was Daniela Bruce, Carly Johnston. Who's our awesome MC right now?
Kara.
Yeah.
Kara,
Sweet
yes,
Kara.
Kara
Mhm.
Wolfbauer.
Yeah.
Our singer, goodness,
Monica. Yeah.
Monica
Monica.
Carl.
Nataro. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm
And then we
losing my
had
mind.
some of the girls on the Red Patrol do it as well. So we
Yeah.
Oh,
wanted to include
good.
some
I
of them.
love them. I love
Yeah.
they work hard. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
those girls are incredible. The fact that they're all so beautiful, but the fact that you use the people in the arena to
Mhm.
advertise the brand, it means something too, because part of why we created Hockey Style Podcast is, and we're very small but mighty right now, is because we wanted to give an outlet to those people who are relatively behind the scenes in some capacity, but they're not playing the sport yet. They are so integral in shaping the style of the team, the vibes, right? Like when you go there, they are part of the experience and they put work into that. So the fact that you sort of do the same thing, even down to having them do your collateral and be the models and come do the selfies beforehand, I feel like even though we just met today, like you get us.
I
Like
love that.
we're on
Yeah,
the
I love what you guys are doing.
oh,
That's why I said yes. I normally hate podcasts, to be honest. I used to do my own podcast too. So like, yeah, like it lasted. It's one of those trial and error things that I tried it, didn't like it. I love listening to podcasts. I just don't generally love being on them. I'm just
oh,
like, maybe that's the Capricorn in me. I don't know. I don't, um, I always feel awkward just being like the person people want to talk to. I don't know. I just feel like it's weird.
oh,
I don't get it. I'm like, I'm very introverted. So it like takes a little bit to get me to come out of my shell. But when I saw what you guys are doing, I was like, I love that. I want to support that. So it was like a pure yes from me of like, sure, let's get it on the calendar.
you're
Yay.
amazing. I mean, that means even more to us now that you have shared that, because you did. Like, we were shocked. I said, Megan, we can't get our hopes up. If Amanda replies, like, we'll be looking at like 6 months out, her schedules. And you were like, yeah, sign me up. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, are we being punked? Like, are we sure this isn't the intern who wrote that? Like, you know. So no,
Yes.
that's pretty awesome. And there is certainly a space in what we do for introverts and extroverts. We need both of them to make the magic happen. I
Yes.
fully celebrate my best introvert friend,
Yes, we didn't
aka
discuss. I am a
co-host.
July Cancer, so
Oh,
I understand the shell. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So we have our roles. Megan's an expert editor and I can't shut up. So every now and then I try to remember to Megan, please chime in. I usually have to say, Megan, what do you think? But she's got a lot of
That's
good
how I know
things to
you're a
say.
December Capricorn and not a January Capricorn. I feel
Oh,
like we're just
is
a
that
little
the
different.
difference?
That's funny.
But it takes all of us, and we just got to make the space. So, anyway, thanks for
Yes.
being our part of our crazy space today. This is really cool. So what else do we want to talk about? We appreciate looking at your collection. You have made size inclusive designs that are actually like super flattering for everybody, where no matter what, Megan extra small, and my great aunts are still wearing your stuff because I've gifted it to them for Christmas. Like everybody can feel really fashionable in Kiloh Co. Yet we realize, especially for a brand that is still in growth mode, that's like a big expense to carry inventory for all these sizes. Like, why did you make that decision? Was it something you felt was important early on?
I love, first of all, that you said that because no one ever does recognize that how it is an expense,
Hmm.
or it takes a lot of investment to do that. So I love that you pointed that out. And that's the reason why we honestly, like, I feel like we've done a very good job, but we still have so much more work to do. And that's not because I don't want to. That's
Yeah.
because it does take a lot more inventory investment and dollars that we are still a very small
Yeah.
business. So things that, when we can do it, we do it. And when we can't, we can't.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's super important to me. And when, like I said, when we can do it, we do. We try to have everything go up to as far up as we can. So we have a lot of 3X and 4X on the site. A lot of these are
Hmm.
unisex styles as well. They're not women's cut. They're, cover the booty if you want to cover the
Love it.
booty.
Love it.
um, and then on the flip side of that, our petite girlies have, and I'm very open to feedback. Like our petite girlies started complaining this year because I went the other way, right? And so then I forgot about the petite girlies. And I even have a petite woman who works for me, and she's just a little shorter and a little smaller. And like even the
Yeah.
smalls on her, she was like, I'd wear it, or it's like so oversized on her, it's like
Yeah.
wearing her. And that's
Yeah.
like, not fair to them either. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So we started doing more extra smalls this year. And
Yeah.
then eventually, like we see what sells and what doesn't. Like right now on our shelves, we have a ton of our extended sizing available. Okay, well, that
Hmm.
just tells me to scale it back a little bit. And then
Okay.
if it starts to sell more, I'm just gonna try to like go with supply and demand right now because
That makes
that's
sense.
what I can do. But I am listening and I am hearing when people do want sizing.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like a lot of small boutiques, I mean, you can even find some boutiques that don't even go past a women's large, or they have like
Yeah.
very few extra larges and they're women sizing. And so I feel like I do a
Mhm.
very good job, but sometimes I
You
will
do.
get like those comments or DMs where like it is kind of like a little jab because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm doing such a good job comparatively, right? And then
Hmm.
they'll not feel that way. And it sucks because one, I don't want them to feel that way. Like I want you to feel included, that you can buy what you want. And then I'm also very sympathetic that some styles you can't. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't
Hmm.
want that." But I do feel like I'm
Hmm.
doing a good job. So it's like finding that balance of like doing what you can and also doing a better job. And this is something we're working on very well. Because, okay, maybe I can't get every single thing that I need to in certain sizes from the smaller sizes. Because some of our things don't even like the quarter crew you're wearing. The amount of people that want that to come in an extra small,
Yeah.
we're working on it, but we'll do that this coming fall. But
Yay, Megan.
on both sides, because the smalls like it runs big, and so like it's
Yep.
great for most people, but not the petite. So on both
Yep.
ends, we're trying to do better. But one thing we can do better at, regardless, is try-ons and fit models where we are bringing in somebody like I'm just your true medium, right? So like helpful for anybody who's a true medium or maybe like a
Hmm.
size bigger or a size smaller because you can do relative comparison. But if
Hmm.
you're not my height or in my body type, like, is it really that helpful for you to see how it fits on me? If like you have smaller hips or bigger hips, it's like, nope, not really helpful to see it on me. So I need to do a better job, which we have in the past, of bringing in those people so that you can shop with confidence online, knowing that something is going to fit you, or you're going to at least know how it's going to look on you, and doing those types of things better. So maybe I can't get all sizes, but I can at least show you, hey,
Yep.
I know you think you're never an XL, but I promise you in this signature oversized crew, like
You
you'll
are.
be
Yep.
surprised that it really is signature oversized. That's what we like call it. like, I promise it'll fit you. And I don't want to promise somebody that if they like don't see somebody that's their
Exactly.
similar body type trying it on. Like, why would you trust me? I'm giving you no proof
Yeah.
that it's gonna look good on you. So we're working on that. We have a whole plan for that coming up that will roll out that'll at least hopefully help
Yes.
people feel confident in buying online. And then obviously in person when they can is a lot easier because they can shop in person.
Well, it's cool that you have a plan, but you are already doing, in my humble opinion, better than what I would call large businesses in large apparel brands. We shop of clearly being Red Wings girls on NHL.com, fanatics.com, cute stuff. They don't have model. We go to kiloandco.com, and even if you have shown us there or on Instagram, and your little captions that say like, "Oh, I find if I want to tuck this in, I size down. If I don't want to tuck it in," like just those little tips. I'm like, I absolutely can order with confidence. So you're already doing great, and the fact that you want to do more is awesome. I always felt for my mom won't care that I'm calling her out here, but she doesn't love to wear a hockey jersey. Like she doesn't feel comfortable in it. But she's a fashionable woman. Like she's gonna go out. She like wants to look good. There was really nothing for her to do. Like she would just go buy like a red shirt to go to a Wings game. And I got her one of your pieces in one of the line change co, like the long black sweater they did. And she was over the moon. Like honestly, I thought she was like gonna tear up because she was like, I've never had something that is fashionable that I can go out and feel like this is a cool date night. I'm with my husband, I'm with my daughter, and and it just like I hope you realize like it actually has made such an impact on how women feel going to the game. And so
Oh, I love that.
keep up the
Thank
good
you. I
work.
love hearing that. I have seen it, some of our pop-ups, both the sports ones are just like regular ones. How generational is what I'll call it we are. Like we'll have the girl in her like late 20s, early 30s with her mom and her daughter there.
Yeah.
And they're all of them are buying. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
Well, first of all, it's really complimentary if the tweens buying because the tweens like
Right.
they're buying from you. Like
Yeah.
clearly that's cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
But
always asking the red patrol girls, like,
yeah.
is this cool? Like, how are we styling? They're like all so trendy and cute.
Yeah, the Gen Z crowd is like,
Yeah,
I don't target them, but I'm like, if I see a Gen Z in my stuff, I'm like,
yeah,
they're like, I feel like
that's
they're part
awesome.
of the critic in a good way, right? Like they're
Yeah,
cool. But we have a lot of moms. We have a lot of grandmas. We've got like people who
yeah.
are like, oh, my 90-year-old grandma loves your corded crews. And I'm like, that's so cool. I love that the 90-year-old grandma at home is like wearing her, corded crew while she's watching the game. That's great.
How did you think of corded crews? Because I may
I
never wear anything else again.
Yeah, I didn't manufacture them, so I'm not gonna like take credit there. We do get them custom manufactured now, but we didn't
Okay.
like create that material or anything. But the reason why I think they are such a good seller is because they're not fleece. They're
Mm,
heavy, but not too heavy, and so you can kind of wear them all season, and you're
yes,
not
yes.
gonna. I feel like it acclimates to however you need it. Like they're warm enough, but they're also cool enough, and
Yeah, that's a good way to
they
put it.
it is great. I feel like for most people, it's just generous in the shoulders and the chest, and so it's
Mhm.
comfortable for people. And so I think that's why everybody kind of loves
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So for my listeners on YouTube, I am wearing one in white, but the one behind me in red, if you're audio only, it's like this lovely sort of distressed red, almost like a Nantucket red vibe. The best sweatshirts I've ever owned. So there you
Yeah.
go.
And you can even Google, like if you're listening and you're not a Red Wings fan, there's other Corda crews. Just like type in like Blackhawks Corda crew, and there'll probably be one out there that you can
That's
buy online.
Yes.
So
Oh, you're reminding me of what was that movie that I loved as a kid? The Christmas one where Macy's would send people to Gimbals and Gimbals would send people to Macy's. Oh, Miracle on 34th Street.
oh,
And it was like, because like we don't have it, but
I,
they do. Like, that's the spirit.
yes.
Do you think you will branch out one day beyond Michigan-based sport? Branched out already from being Detroit-based to the
Mhm.
state of Michigan with U of
Yeah.
M and MSU. Do you
Yeah.
see that growth in your future?
TBD. I don't know. I would
Okay.
love, obviously, to get all of these like special licenses we do with like the Red Wings and what we did with the Pistons is a special license. So it's like that one-time thing. It's very
Okay.
limited,
Nice.
which
Yes.
I love because they're giving small businesses a chance to collaborate with them. It's amazing. And I know this is a hockey podcast, and they've done other
Mhm.
collaborations too, which is great. But the Pistons, are like on a next level when it comes to their clothing collaborations. It's
Okay.
amazing. So if you go check them out, anyone listening, they do a phenomenal job at small local and not even just Michigan brands, but other brands that are small collaborations with them, and it's amazing. But yeah, I would love to one day get an official license. They're very hard to obtain. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money, but that's
Yeah.
something that would be end goals, obviously. Collegiate we have, and we could go after other schools, which we are in the process of doing some other schools, but we're not taking that outside of Michigan right now. Like we're
Okay.
still growing within the brand. Maybe one day we'll do, other outside, but to me that's a whole like other business. Like what makes Kiloh Co so special to me is that we are local, and that go to a game and see a girl in the bathroom line, or just walking around and you can spot Kiloh Co, and it's this whole like if you know type situation.
It's a
Not
club.
always, sometimes people like don't know. One time I was actually at a Red Wings game, I think it was New Year's last year, and I never say anything to people if I see them in their stuff. Like I just ignore it because I'm like awkward always socially. If anybody comes up to me, it's fine. Like that's all
Okay.
the time. I'm
Okay.
like, oh my gosh, so nice to
I
meet you.
would.
But like I'll never go up to anybody else. And I had the courage one time, I think, because I was like 2 beers in, and I'm in the bathroom line on New Year's, and I see a girl in Kiloh Co. And I'm like, oh my God, I love your shirt. I'm the owner of Kiloh Co. And she just like looked at me like a deer in headlights.
Oh,
And I
that's
was like, oh my God, that was
unreal.
so dumb of me. She probably
No.
like one has no idea obviously who I am. And two, like she could have been gifted it. It could be her friends. Like she doesn't even know who Kiloh Co is. And I was mortified.
Oh,
And then I had to like
no.
wait in the bathroom line with her for like another 5 minutes. So I will like
Oh
never,
my
next
gosh.
time I'll just be like your shirt. Like I won't say anything. And then if they want to tell me where they got it, that's fine. But
Well,
I
that
will.
was a very endearing and relatable story, but in the same vein, I think that was the abnormal situation, especially if you're in Detroit. Like people know Kilo and Co. Like
Yeah.
I would
Well,
think more
I
like
gotta wait
nine
for
out
them
of
to come
ten
to
times.
me. I will no longer, or I'll just like stalk them on my phone and like zoom in and be like,
Yeah.
oh, they're wearing, but that's about it.
That's awesome. Well,
I was
apologize
humbled
when
very
we were
quickly.
introing you. I forgot to mention the Pistons because that was also done as a pop-up first, right? Like online sales. Okay, so also Pistons. So you've covered every sport now in of the major ones where we have a Detroit-based team, right? Am I
Not
missing?
officially. So
Okay.
I haven't done a Lions or Tigers collaboration officially.
Officially, okay. But you have
Yes.
some really beautiful color pieces that
Yes.
if I had season tickets
Inspired. Yes.
yeah, I would absolutely be rocking those. The challenge is, Megan and I say it all the time, we've somehow managed to make hockey a full year commitment for us. Like we go directly from regular season to being diehard playoff watchers, and then we get into worlds, and then we go watch prospect tournament and go to training camp. So
Oh, I
we need
love
to
it.
leave that. Yeah.
But you guys go to
It's
training camp every year?
Yes.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I've been volunteering up there for them for about 10 years now.
Amazing. That's so fun.
Yeah, it's
I've
a lot
never
of fun.
been. I'm sure it's so much fun.
it's
Yeah,
so
it's quite
much
an
fun.
experience. Very intimate environment
Yeah.
where you up close and personal for sure.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So Megan got me involved and we got to work the autograph room.
Ooh.
So that was really cool. So, stories about some of these young guys coming in with these like beautiful autographs that are just like flower, like you'd want to put them on a shirt. And I'm like, you're going to make it big. You got to pare that down, baby. Like you need to
Don't
lose
tell
at
him
least
that.
5
Let
letters.
him
Like
sign it.
it's so
You
Let
gotta do a
him
little
do it.
squiggle.
yeah, but no,
Yeah.
just joking. Like, if you're
Yeah.
the next Patrick Keane, like you got to tighten that up. You're gonna be writing that a lot. And they're like, you think? I'm like, just no, I'm teasing. It's beautiful. Keep going.
My favorites are the one that are like, what number do I sign? This isn't this, what do I
Yeah,
do? They're like, sign the number you're wearing this week, otherwise no
Yeah.
one's gonna know.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
It's
then
so cute.
you've had a couple, naming no names. You've had a couple like significant A-list, if you will, NHL players who've still had to have your help. Like one of them couldn't really make eights well, and he had just
He was working it out.
it was
We
work.
we had a little class and the best way to get an 8, and he's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I can't do it. I
Yeah, he
think
was
he
doing
regretted the
oh.
8s.
snowman eights.
It was
So
cute.
Like
anyway,
three?
last
Like, oh, like that's
yeah.
fine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just took a second. He wasn't speedy yet.
The longest line ever.
Uh-huh.
if you go to training camp, there is a table where you can see someone was practicing number eights on the table. It still exists because I was like, "What is this, Megan?" She's like, "Oh, there's a fun story."
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
We're working it out.
We hope you come up sometime to training camp. If you do, you'll have to let us know because it really is like, of course, Traverse City in early
Yeah,
fall, late summer,
perfect.
gorgeous
Yeah.
time to be there. And then, the team is just, they're excited. Like there's that energy, like this, we could be anything. Like
Mhm.
this season, and you get all the guys who are likely going to Grand Rapids Griffins but are trying to prove themselves and earn a spot on
Mhm.
the wing, so it's pretty good
Yeah.
hockey to watch too. So
Yeah.
highly recommend. Not as you have already shared, you have no time to be doing all this, but if we're trying to put more on your plate now, but
Right. That time of year is very busy for me, but yes, that's
yeah,
why you guys caught me at the perfect time. This is our slow time. May and June is like our down,
good.
it's our off
Yeah.
season is right along with the sports. Obviously, we only have Tigers going right now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, it works out nicely.
Yes. But you have a little one now too, right? A little
He was
boy.
5, yeah.
Oh, he's 5. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. So yeah, you just never stop. So on that note, I mean, I another like cheesy thing people are, how do you achieve work-life balance? And I hate that question because
Yeah.
you don't. It's like, right? Like, I don't think there's ever a time where you're like, everything is just balanced perfectly. And it's like, you just have to give and flow. And
Mhm.
so, do you feel like that? Or do you have times where you're focused on different things? Like, how do you, for women who are listening, who are entrepreneurial or working full time, have families, so pretty much all of us, like, any advice?
Yeah. So I also hate that question, but I
Yeah.
should say I don't hate the question. I hate the work-life balance because you're right.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
none. And I actually was on another panel, asked a very similar question. I raised my hand to answer it. And actually, I felt bad afterwards, like how I said it. She asked about mom guilt, and I was like, I don't have mom guilt. Like, a lot of people do, and that's very valid. And I understand why people have mom guilt. And I probably would if I was in a different circumstance. But
Hmm.
I struggled when my son was born the first year to figure out what that balance looked like until
Hmm.
I mentally dealt with it. So it had nothing to do with the actual workload of being a mom, having a family, running a business, which to me, that's just hours in a day. It
Yep.
was the mental load, right? That's like
Yeah.
what the guilt is, right? So as soon as I tackled the mental load and the guilt, it went away. I was basically like, okay, my son's one. I'm used to working 24 hours on my business and loved it and didn't get burnt out. And now I'm like not sleeping and I have this newborn I have to take care of. And like, how am I going to fit all this in? And I started to be like, it's like my husband's also an entrepreneur. So like, we're kind of like
Hmm.
fighting for time. Like, you take the baby, no, you take the baby. Like,
Yeah.
and you start to be like, okay, this is not gonna work. Luckily he's 5 now, he's much more independent. But I basically after that first year, when he was probably about 1, was like, I'm not gonna be able to work as much. Like, that's just what it is. Until he's
Hmm.
like probably in high school, like I just gave up the fact that I was gonna be able to work, you know, 12 hours a day. Like I just can't
Right.
anymore. And I think I just like that let everything go. It's like, oh, this is temporary. It's probably until he starts school will I get more time back. And when he is in school, he starts kindergarten this fall. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have like so much more time. I'm also gonna like miss the crap out of him being in school
Yeah.
more than he is now.
That's a
But
big year.
yes, yeah. And so I'm like, well, like then I can get my time back. So these first
Yeah.
5 years, I mean, obviously I'm always going to be a parent number one, but
Yep.
when it comes to those hours spent, it's like, yeah, work's way down here right now. And that's
Hmm.
okay. Like I could be,
Yep.
in my opinion, there's so much more I want to be doing to grow the business. There's so much more I could be doing. If anything, I have work guilt because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all these things I need to be doing and I'm not doing, but it's, at the expense of being a mom and being having my
Hmm.
family. So I'm going to choose this in this season of life.
Yep.
And then when there's more time over here, then I'll give a little bit more over here. But it was me just making that mental switch of you're not going to be able to work it. So stop beating yourself up about
Yeah.
it. Just let it go. Be a mom first. If you have to work a few hours in the evening, like tonight, I'll probably work a few hours in the evening. Great. And then that's probably the only time I work after 5 o'clock. It's,
Okay.
whereas before I'd be like working all night, working on the
Yeah.
weekends, like
Yeah.
I'd fit it in anywhere. And now I just don't do that. That's okay. My business is just going to grow slower. It's okay. It's fine.
So wrap your head around it and be okay, and you will be okay.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's just
I think you said that really well.
tackle it mentally. Now, tackling it workload wise, I mean, there's only so many hours in a day, so that's just
Yeah.
figuring that out. But I think once you tackle the mental part of it, it just becomes a lot easier to then quote unquote fit it all in.
Right. And I'm certain that one day your son will look at everything that you accomplish and say, "Wow, she was incredible. She's incredible. She did a lot."
He doesn't
Yeah.
care right now. So he's
At
like,
five,
he
at
does
five, I'm
not
sure he
care.
doesn't.
I try to get him. I'm more of the sports person in my family. My husband, not so much. I mean, he actually loves hockey and he loves soccer, but like he's not the sports guy. And so I grew up watching sports and playing sports and all these things. And so like I want to take him to all these games. So like I try to like it's brainwashing essentially, right? Like I try to take him
Yeah.
to all these games so that he's a fan too.
Yes.
And he'll go and be like, what was your favorite part about it? And he'll always say like the popcorn or
He's a smart kid.
it's
Popcorn's always
never
the best.
it's never the actual game that he likes.
Oh, that's
So
cute. Well,
yeah.
he's got time. At 5 years old, the popcorn can still be
Yes.
the
He
best.
does love a hockey game. I would say it's basketball for him
Oh,
and then hockey's a close second. I had to get him the little ear things for the
yeah,
hockey games because there's
Mhm.
for
like
sure.
hockey's just so much louder than any sport.
It's so
So
loud.
yeah, once
Especially
we
if you're
figured
sitting by me.
that
Have you brought him down to warm-ups at hockey?
No, I have probably because we're always like, late.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you ever get down there early, I would say, what would you say, like Megan, maybe like 45 minutes before puck drop, and then you got to chill a little bit. So bring him a little snack.
Yeah, that's
Watching
smart
kids
though. Yeah.
see the players this close, and getting the fist bumps or
Yeah, yeah.
catching a puck, like
Oh my
you
God, the
can
kids are always the
watch.
best.
Yeah, like you can see new hockey super fans being born in front of you. Like
Mhm.
it's incredible. They're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Patrick Kane gave me a fist bump.
Yeah.
So that might be fun for him to try. But
That's a great idea.
yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
try that this upcoming season.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're always there, so please say hi. You can say you like
Yeah.
our Kiloh Co.
I love it. Are you guys season ticket holders?
Yes.
I would love it. Okay, so you're awesome. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
for
we
sure
never
we'll
miss a
link up.
game. It's pretty it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I missed one home game this year because I had the flu. Did you miss any? I think you
Me?
were. Yeah, you
I
maybe
think I
missed one
missed
too.
maybe one or two.
Yeah,
There's
but
usually one or
then we
two.
went to like 5 or 6 away games.
Oh, fun.
So
What's your favorite away game, Ben?
Oh, man. I love going to Columbus, but Nashville really is fun. Just that whole atmosphere
Yeah.
down there is really
Oh
incredible.
yeah.
yeah,
That's a
The
Megan and I
location
went
of their
together
arena
to.
is like amazing too. It's
Yeah,
like right
can't
there.
beat that.
You can walk
Right in the middle of
everywhere.
everything. Yeah.
We walked after the Nashville game. I took her to the Hermitage Hotel, the beautiful one where like the suffragettes used to meet, and we took pictures in front of like these gorgeous like marble staircases and fireplaces, of course in sequin skirts and Red Wings jerseys. I'm like, this is like us to a T, right?
I
Like if we
love
were,
it.
yeah, no, that was really fun. My
Oh my
favorite
gosh,
game
yes.
though.
You guys are gonna have to get me your well, if you just ordered, I can look you up, but give me your guys' address and I can send you guys something ahead of next season. A little package for you
Oh,
guys.
My gosh,
we
that
would
is like
love to
way too
wrap.
kind.
Yes.
But yeah, we will be doing it anyway. So if you
Yeah, I
but
love
hopefully
it.
our small but mighty community will grow and grow, and then we'll be able to share it with them because it is
Yeah.
hockey style after all.
We love the season ticket holders. They're the best because they're always like repping and sending us content. So we love it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, speaking of your family and all the things that you do to achieve some level of balance, and we probably shouldn't keep you any longer. But before we go, one last question, because I did think if we can compliment ourselves a little bit, Megan, like us going out on a limb and saying like we have no business being podcasters. Yeah, we have the passion. We want to create a community. Let's just give it a whirl. And you've been so inspiring to us behind the scenes, even though we didn't know you personally, because we saw, another Detroit gal going after her dream, and look what you've created, and you have made this fantastic name for yourself. So we hope that we can just be like a little shadow, like following you and learning from you,
Yes.
and hopefully growing too. Can you give any advice to others who want to make a space for themselves, either within the sports world or just as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think for overall I guess this applies to anything, is just stay in your lane, stay focused. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just do what you want to do. Don't do things because so and so's podcast is doing this or whatever it
Mhm.
is. Like, unless your heart's in it, don't do it. And that's kind
Okay.
of how I kind of decide how I do things and make decisions in the business, because you can get lost really quickly as you're growing and as you're doing different things. Try all the things you want, but like just be very self-aware when, like I said, things aren't working out. But really, I think just stay in your lane and do it because you love it, and kind of always going back to that why you started in the first place is one thing that I probably wish I had revisited even every year, because you
Hmm.
kind of lose that sometimes and you're like, okay, I probably wouldn't have made that decision or that decision if I had revisited that and kind of like stayed true to the reason
Okay.
why you started. And that can obviously shift as well. But I think that's something that I would have taken throughout, and I still take going forward. We kind of always are like circling back to be like, what's best for the brand? What do we want to be doing?
Hmm.
So I think really just staying in your lane and listening to your gut.
Love it.
Awesome. Such great advice.
We will revisit our little mission statement, Megan. And we are very niche. I mean, talk about we're
Yeah,
ladies talking about stylish hockey. So
I love it.
we will
There's
we
a
will
space
stay
for
in our lane.
everything. So get after it. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Well,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much, Amanda. Anything I missed, Megan?
I don't think so. I think that was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We can't wait to continue to be your super fans and follow your brand and buy all the things you'll let us buy in red and white.
Yeah. Everything.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
soon. Thank you. That was a fantastic second period. How will we beat it
Yeah.
in the third period? Let's
I
just
don't
hang up
know.
now.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can. I don't think we can. I mean, just everything top to bottom is so interesting and inspiring, and I wish I could be brave enough to just go ahead and start my own business like that and just do it. So amazing. Really incredible.
Amanda is fearless. I'm not sure she would say that, but
I
she
know, I don't
is.
think she
Like
would either, but yeah,
she she
it's
was
very impressive.
very impressive, and I can't believe she was just on our little small but mighty podcast. Here we
Yeah.
go, Megan. We're big
I
leagues
know.
now.
I don't know. I don't know. So much pressure.
So wearing Kilo & Co is like an honor because you feel cool supporting a small business, a Detroit-based business, and a
Mhm.
female-owned and
Yeah,
operated
it's the
business.
best.
But it's
Yeah.
also so freaking adorable. Like this
Yeah.
isn't just printed. This is embroidery on like a corded. It's just so elevated.
Love the
Not
embroidery.
something you would just
And we
just be able
didn't
to pick
even
up.
talk about, I don't know if you can see, all the little special details. Like my corded crew has the cutest little embroidered heart on one sleeve, and then the other
Yes.
has like a gorgeous wings logo. Like the
Yeah.
details are so good. It's one of my favorite things. And I love that they always have a little heart somewhere. It's my favorite. It's so
I
good.
know. I know. Mine has this one has the beautiful winged
Mm-hmm.
wheel, but I will excuse me a moment. For those on YouTube, you can see on the red corded shirt, she did LGRW. Let's go
Oh,
Red Wings. I don't know if
fantastic.
you can see that, but it's so cute and just little details you don't see on other brands. So,
So much fun. I love
yes.
it.
So on that
So,
note, Megan, what
yeah.
should our style tip be today?
Our style tip, we're going to keep it nice and simple. Yeah, I think that you are missing out if you're not already on the Kiloh Co website shopping. Get there. I love that, there's definitely enough for everyone, but some things, like if you don't get there, they're going to be sold out. So definitely check it out. And certainly next season, I hope that we are lucky enough to get another pop up with the Red Wings.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are local and you see that come up, the tickets available for that, don't hesitate. Get there early because all of that is arena exclusive stuff and it's so much fun and such a great atmosphere. And I can't recommend it enough. Like you're gonna get some adorable Red Wing stuff and you're gonna support an amazing local woman owned business. Doesn't get any
Mm-hmm.
better than that.
And if you don't already have tickets to the game, the other really cool part is the Red Wings are selling these as special ticket packages too.
Yes.
So you get a seat in addition to getting early access to shop.
Mhm.
So you can skip the crowd and the lines, get your Kiloh & Co., throw it on in the bathroom, and then go cheer on the Red Wings. It's like the
Mhm.
perfect night.
It really is. Shopping, hockey, perfect.
This is, like I said, why we needed Amanda on as a
I know.
guest. This is like our hockey style to a T.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
this was a fun one. I can't wait to see what we do next.
Yeah, absolutely. See you next time.
Bye.